Triple M's Rush Hour podcast, brought to you by Brighton Toyota, Australia's largest Toyota dealership.
Now, Wednesday, nice day too for us to be on the Rush Hour because it still persists rain outside. What's wrong with the weather in this bloody state,
Jim,
Willis?
It's windy. It's that windy, it blew the hair off my head.
It did blow the hair off your head, and you can only imagine. Good big Higgs celebrating that special brand of humour. You can only imagine what it was like down the end of the peninsula.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, help us.
Blew the hair off
Mate,
Mrs. B's head.
The dogs were just stuck out on a chain, Willis. And raining. I've had enough of it. Clean it up. Everyone else, I look at Sydney, it's like mid-late 20s.
I'll show you a picture of Noosa.
Noosa's beautiful, Perth flying.
Crikey.
Why are we considering it's still in bloody October copying this crap?
Yeah,
That's my question.
I don't know.
Tidy it up. Anyway, this show. We're about to speak to Mark Stevens because Buddy Franklin has spoken today to Channel 9 and Channel 7.
Oh.
We're going to speak to Corey Norris later in the show. They got a one-on-one with Bud to find out exactly how all this happened.
Okay.
So he's been speaking today, and we need to speak to the people that have spoken to him.
That's right.
So that's happening. We'll speak to the Lone Wolf.
The Wolf.
Because Willis, he is about to go up the Kokoda Trek with the old enforcer later.
Will the fossil make it?
The Owen Stanley Rangers. and so, Bill, we don't know. But they've been at Kathmandu getting their hiking gear, packs and stuff.
You know what that's what they used to say when I'd kick 11 at the Gabba that day? You know what they said, Jim?
What?
What more can that Catman do? There's two singers off the top, Jim. We're on fire.
He shoehorned his own best special football day into the opener.
But we
Crowbarred in there in the most horrific fashion.
We will
There's a
talk
big chunk of grease on the end of it.
What
and
is
just
that? When the
slid it
day I
straight,
kicked
pushed it
11
in.
up at the Gabba.
Yeah.
You know
Nothing
what?
to do with anything at all.
No,
Catman. What more can that Catman
was
do?
just extraordinary. Hey, and Joel Selwood probably heard that
Oh, yeah.
driving in. The triple premiership superstar,
There you
second
go.
in the Brownlow.
He might ring
Heard
up and
you
say-
mentioning your 11 goal game at the Gabba.
He might
might
chuck a
come.
U-turn around
just
Werribee
I'm
and just
sorry.
no,
I'm not
can't do it.
associating with this.
Not doing that.
Not when I'm a man of that standing. So he's coming in as well. But hello to you, Bill.
Hey, g'day, Jimmy boy. Lovely to be with you. G'day, Hig.
What kind of music do you usually have here?
Oh, we got both kinds. We got country and western.
Yes, the old both kinds. Now, great day, Jim. Not
Nice
really.
day.
It's
No,
a
no.
windy, terrible,
Bloody
yucky
horrible.
old
Fix it
day.
up.
We've done that, Bill. Move on.
Now, I want to ask you, Jim. I'm glad you're here because second back page of the Melbourne Age today, page 58 in the Sport, Jim. Brayshaw, big headlines, big black headlines, Jim. Brayshaw on attack over Swans, and it says North Melbourne chairman James Brayshaw. Has turned the heat on departing Sydney counterpart Richard Collis, questioning his comments over just how close the Swans were to falling
I don't think it says
over.
that at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's what it says. No. Hey, Bill, all that is, and it's no problem with it being in there, are quotes from our show yesterday.
I know.
Well, that's a good thing.
We did. It's a very good thing.
And Spud too has been quoted in this.
well, Spuddy boy,
So,
awesome.
but is there fallout because you are we forget sometimes you're the chairman and the president, and you say some things like tongue in cheek sometimes,
Yes.
don't you?
No, but
that wasn't.
is,
I
no,
know.
that is fair income, and the sooner I keep saying, the sooner we get the priority picks as a thing of the past, and we get the COLA, as it's called, the cost of living allowance, abolished,
Yes.
and everyone's back to exactly the same access to the draft and exactly the same money they pay to their players, the better. And the thing people forget about this extra allowance, Bill, is the AFL pay it. So in other words, it's coming out of club money.
So they
Your
pay
money, Geelong's money, Essendon's money, all the money the clubs generate, the AFL are then allocating close to $1 million of that to go up to the Swans
And
to pay
Giants.
additional money to their players and the Giants.
Yeah.
So that's where I reckon you've got 16 presidents who are saying, well, hang on a minute, we've just about had enough of this, and CEOs and footy club people. So what you'll see if you look through all the papers,
which is exactly what you
there's
said.
a pretty general theme brewing here, Willis, and that is let's abolish this thing and get everyone back to where we should be, which is level.
Yeah,
And that's pretty much what Ed has echoed. You know,
Ed's-
and
no,
it's nothing against the teams.
hey,
It's nothing against the players.
Deference to Ed. He's been on this a lot longer than all of us. He started back in the early 2000s, so he knows because he's had to live through it. He's been beaten by Brisbane and, I think Brisbane twice in grand finals when they had extra allowance. Now, that was a retention thing for Brisbane more than attracting players. They just were trying to retain what they had, and eventually it's gone now. So different, I guess. But Willis, it's got to go. The sooner the better.
I think you're right, Jim. And the best thing, pure and simple, Adrian Anderson said this. At the end of the day, the simple fact is they've got 10% more than the others.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's not fair.
No.
And that's it, Jim. So
fix it.
Hey, Buddy's spoken today. We'll talk to Mark Stevens after the break.
Stevens next, and then Corey Norris the start of the next hour. So some people who have been one-on-one with the Bud.
Buddy, how did your talks go?
I'm excited.
Great move for you.
Yeah, looking forward to getting up to Sydney. Great footy club, and today was a sad day to packing my bags up at Hawthorn and saying goodbye to the boys was something very tough and upsetting too. So, but I'm looking forward to going up to Sydney and playing some good footy.
Is it true you made up your mind basically a year out that you wanted to get to Sydney?
No, not at all. Not at all. I made my decision pretty much in the last minute. So, yeah, Sydney, to their credit, they've done a good job, and I'm happy to be there.
How have your teammates handled this?
Yeah, the boys have been really good. We've had some close mates at the footy club for a long time, and sat down, had a chat to a few of them yesterday, and they've taken it really well. And from the start, though, the footy club's been a massive part of my life, and they've made me the person I am today. And Alistair Clarkson too, full credit to him too. He's been amazing through this period. It's been obviously tough on him and his family, and yeah, I just want to say thanks to Hawthorn Football Club. They've been great to me.
Had you made up your mind before the grand final? Or
No, I hadn't. I truly hadn't made up my decision before the grand final. I went in there just to want to win the grand final and was able to do it, and left a two-time premiership player and hopefully a few more to come.
All right, there was Buddy Franklin today speaking to the media, one of which was Mark Stevens, who joins us from TripleM, of course. Hello, Steve-O.
Hey, JB. Yeah, it was an amazing scene, actually. We had a brief meeting in at AFL House and then suddenly emerged, almost as if the weight of the world was off his shoulders, and just the first words that he said that I'm excited. I'm not sure how that would sit with Hawthorn fans, though.
And I see you're trying to ask him again and again, because we did hear last night that the decision with Buddy and his manager was made after last year's grand final, and then Buddy's trying to say, no, it was made after this year's. Don't know if that's right, Buddy. What you're hearing that also, are you, Steve-O?
Yeah, well, we caught up with Andrew Ireland today in Sydney, and he's reiterated that Sydney was stunned late last year after the grand final that Buddy, via his management, Liam Pickering, indicated he wanted to come to Sydney and play for the Swans. So there's differing stories there between the Swans and Buddy.
I guess he's in a invidious position on the back of that question, though, Steve-O, because he wants to maintain a really good relationship with Hawthorn people, and as soon as he comes out and says, no, I'd worked out I was going to Sydney back in bloody March, then suddenly he's got an issue with the adoring fan club there. So I guess no one likes people not telling the truth always, but what else was he going to say?
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think Gary Ablett, as much as you love the guy too, Billy, I'm sure that he was telling a few little porcupines as well, as if he made up his mind after the season. I think you're right. He had to say the right thing, and credit for Buddy for being quite open today, and he wanted to have a chat, and a bit of praise there for Clarko and the guys.
Yeah, exactly. And now, the 9-year deal, is it 5-year playing and 4-year coaching, or do you know if there's a breakup in it?
We haven't heard the official breakup, but there is some marketing element. I don't know how much coaching Buddy's going to be doing, boys, at the end of that, but I think there'll be a marketing component, even though the Swans are talking up the fact that he could play till he was 35.
Yeah.
The way he's going. But, yeah, clearly he won't be playing for the next 9 years at Sydney. There'll be a bit of a top-up at the end.
And, Steve-O, the fallout from it continues. Rumblings here in Melbourne that, and I've obviously been a part of it, that we must see the end of this additional payment availability for Sydney and GWS ASAP. Is it going to happen?
Oh, definitely. I think the fact that Mark Evans has come on board and as a fresh start as the footy manager, he'll push the change, and I think this will bring an end to it. It might be a year or two too late. It just seems crazy, JB, doesn't it? You can have an extra 9 or 10% to pay your players, and, we need an even competition. And I just think the AFL's changed to some extent, that the premiership window used to be open and then you'd slip back down, but some of the powerful clubs just seem to be hovering there for a while now, and almost an EPL-style setup with Geelong, Hawthorn, Sydney. They seem to be there year after year. Collingwood are going nowhere, and I think it's a real issue.
Who leaves Sydney now then? If Buddy goes up there, are the players going to have to leave the club?
Yeah, it looks like they'll offload Mummy potentially to Hawthorn, so that'll be good for the Hawks. Andres Everett's another one mentioned. Jesse White will definitely end up at Collingwood. He's met with them. So,
right.
It's probably smart list management by the Swans as well. It's not as if they're not clearing out players.
Yeah.
But it's still, when you see a team win a premiership not so long ago, you're supposed to lose players, aren't you? Like Essendon, say, did in 2000. They had to trade out guys for the salary cap.
Yeah.
But times have changed.
All right, Steve-O. Well, thank you very much for that. I watched this space story. It's going to continue to evolve. We don't know the details of how Sydney have been able to put it together and what they're going to have to, I guess, unload to keep it all rolling up there. But that will be interesting when it happens. But we heard from Bud today. Thanks very much for that.
Cheers, JB.
We've got some ads on TV that I don't get.
What do you mean
I don't understand. So
It's not hard. You watch them, and then
Bill,
at the end, it normally says...
Sometimes they're hard to understand.
What are you talking
Well,
about?
I'm going to give you an example, and I want the family involved in this one, 33353. If there's an ad on TV, they don't understand.
Righto.
Right, so there's one of our favourite ones where this beautiful girl is under the shower.
The much better half.
And she's giving it the bouger, bouger.
Oh, yeah. Our friend's budget.
Here we are.
That's it.
Bouger, bouger. There it is, Bill.
That's it.
Budget, love. Budget direct car insurance.
Right. Are we supposed to believe
No,
that old mate is... you know,
Old mate's is her dad. This is it. No, Bill.
No, because
that's her dad.
way. No.
No, because
that's her dad, Bill.
Dad wouldn't be in the bathroom or the shower
Bill,
with her.
the old man there is a good 30 years older than...
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They have younger wives, Jim,
No, Bill,
some
come
people.
That's what I don't get about it, is what the old man's doing in there when his daughter's having a shower.
No, it's not his daughter.
No, it is,
it's
Bill.
his girlfriend.
No, it can't be.
I am telling you, because Dad wouldn't... Jinx.
Well, 13353, if there's an ad you don't get like this one,
Yeah.
I know I'm right. Dad shouldn't be in there when his daughter's having a shower.
I've got one.
All right.
You seen that little meerkat one? And he sings along to his little jingle. There's a jingle for an insurance mob. I don't know which one it is. And then the meerkat sings his.
Yeah.
And he's a silly little meerkat.
Compare the market. it
Yeah, I
is.
think it's comparing the market. But it's a funny one that I thought, I didn't get it, but I like the little meerkat
So
on
you
it.
like the cat, but you don't get the ad.
Exactly.
Well,
That's
what's
it.
happened at Kaput's Kaput?
Oh.
They
he
go
is-
to the dance.
Well, no, Kaput wasn't there. He didn't turn
he
up.
didn't turn up, and suddenly old mate with
Rhonda.
the
Oh,
sweep,
Mr. GQ
up
Smooth.
he comes to Rhonda,
And Rhonda
and
Taz
Rhonda's
slips
all
over.
over him, and where's Kaput?
She slips over on a bit of a sponge that was chopped on the floor, Jim.
Here we are.
Carly, Kelly, where's Mr. Sunrise? Maybe Kaput's Kaput.
Oh, there it is, Bill.
Kaput.
So we don't get it.
It's like the old Nest Cafe. Remember
it,
the
exactly.
marriage that came out of that one?
That's it. So 13353, ring us, Willis, if there's an ad you don't get. All right. Now, Willis.
Yes.
There are ads on television we don't understand.
Yeah, well, you don't.
Well, I don't understand old bouger under the shower. Yeah, and then he goes, budget, love. And that's her dad.
No.
That has to be, Bill.
It's not the dad.
It can't be. She's in their early 30s or late 20s, and he's about 50.
And Dad's not in the shower with
No,
her, I'm
he's
telling you.
just-
So
he's
it's-
doing his teeth or something.
There's another new one, and this one's being firing up on Twitter, TripleM Rush Hour. The insurance ad where the alien is washing their hair.
All right, well, we'll see what happens there. Mick from Montrose. Hello, Mick.
How's you going?
Oh, now, what have you got? Is there an ad you don't understand?
No, not really, but just in reference to your budget ad,
Yes.
they're actually a husband and wife.
I beg your pardon?
They're actually husband and wife.
Come on, Mick.
No, true, mate.
How do you know that?
How do you know that?
Well, I was listening to a competition radio station there with a former DJ, if you want to call him that, Stubbsy, and they actually had this same subject on.
Oh.
Can't. Hey, that
And,
couldn't have happened. We come
yeah,
up with
mate.
stuff originally.
We're
all the time.
original.
I'm telling you, mate.
We're the most original station there is.
They actually run a small advertising agency, and they just decided to do that ad themselves.
Oh, come on. I don't
So they
believe
actually
it. Mick,
husband and wife,
Mick,
mate.
she looks
Yes.
20 and he looks 100.
Mate, it happens.
Well,
It does happen,
Mate,
Mick.
Let's get him on to get some
mate.
tips.
I haven't seen it happen. All right, Mick, we'll bow to your better judgment, even though I don't believe you.
Yep.
Dave from Mernda.
Davo,
G'day, JB. Bill, how you going?
what don't you get in ads?
I'm with Billy, boys. I don't understand the meerkat ad because he has a European accent, but aren't meerkats from Africa?
Well, have a
Yes.
listen. Here's the accent.
they are.
Have a listen to this.
Don't even sound same. Simples.
Simple.
There he is, that
Simples.
naughty Simples.
Well, his name's Alexander Orloff.
What, the meerkat?
Yeah.
And you're right, they're from Africa, are they?
Yeah, and they don't have last names either, I'm sure.
No, that's all of these are good points, Dave.
Yes.
You're in the running to get the tickets. Marie from Epping.
Oh, Marie.
Hi, JB, Billy.
How are you, Marie? What don't you get?
Right. Have you seen the new spring carnival ad or spring racing ad? It's about a lady. She's in a shop. She's buying a light bulb, but she's got a trolley full of stuff. All of a sudden, there's a horse there, and she said, "I came in to buy a light bulb."
And that's it.
And she's talking to the horse.
Oh.
So I don't know. I don't get it.
No, and Marie, you got to be able to get them. Like, I understand there can be some that are a bit different, but you got to still be able to get them.
I don't know whether they're trying to put a reference to look a gift horse in the, look a gift horse in the mouth, or whatever they call it.
Yes.
Or, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. She says, I walked in to buy a light bulb, and she walks out with a trolley full of stuff, and she tells the horse.
All right, well done, Marie. I haven't seen that one myself, but Botanic Ridge has Pete there, Willis.
Hey, Pete.
G'day, Billy. Jim, how are we?
Good, mate. What don't you get?
Have you seen the ad for Southern Comfort where you've got the chap getting his hair done, he starts dancing around, or he's got ants in his pants or something?
No.
Yeah, they're in a hairdressing salon, and this guy just starts doing karate moves or something like that, and just sits down with a glass of Southern Comfort.
It stops him in his tracks.
That'll do him.
Well, Jimmy might know a bit about being in the salon, Bill, but I don't think you and I do.
No, we don't know,
No
Pete.
point Bill going in there, Pete.
Well, I'm similar to Bill.
We got the same barber, have we?
Pretty much so, mate.
All right, Pete. Well, thank you very much for that.
But the one you said, Hick, with the aliens, sorry, because there was a caller there and dropped off. But there's 2 or 3 on the Twitter.
Weird accent.
And it's all about aliens in the new Buzzy ad.
Yeah.
Is it?
Have you seen it?
No, I've only seen old mate.
There's a guy
with
going
his
to collect
daughter.
his mail. Next thing is this weird-ass alien talking to him. It scares the living crap out of
Really?
him. I've got no idea what it's got to do with anything.
I liked how Pete rolled with his first sentence. Seen the ad with the Jap.
Chap.
No, chap it was.
Oh, was it Jap? I'm thinking, come on, Pete.
was
It
chap.
is 2013.
It was chap, Jim.
Keep
It's like a cowboy.
Keep that down to a dull roar.
You've made that a bit worse than
yeah,
what it was.
After the season finishes, everyone does what they like. You and I heading off to the States to have
Train
a
off
little
a
bit
touch.
of, we do. We have it on our holiday for 3.5 weeks and then head off on a proper holiday.
I know all
Pretty
about
much
it.
how it goes. But this year, 2 of our closest are heading off doing something very different, Bill.
Yeah.
They're going to the Kokoda Trek. And I understand one of them because he's, remotely fit and young and contemporary.
And likes his hiking.
Yeah, but the other one's nearly dead.
Yeah.
And therefore, Bill, I'm not sure how this is going to go. So we need to go straight to the source. Our great mate Gary Lyon joins us. Hello to you, Gareth.
Hello, Jimmy and Billy. You enjoying this week?
Not
Good
at
week
all.
to be back at work.
No, not one bit, actually. But let me ask you this. We have absolute confidence in your ability to get around Kokoda and do it nicely. But the old enforcer, the wrong side of 70 and not really travelling too well.
No.
Never has a man been more confident of his ability to do it, I must say. So, just depends who you speak to, Jim. I got my itinerary yesterday. I must admit, really looking forward to it, but I hadn't done a lot of work on it, given that we were in the busy part of the year.
Yes.
And 3 hours the first day, just to ease into it.
Yeah.
And then 8 to 9 for the next 6 days.
Ooh.
8 to 9 hours, boss.
How's the Fosk, in all honesty, how's he going to go? Has he been training, Gaz?
As I said to you, well, Bill, I don't know if I told you, I went to meet the guy, the trek organiser or the tour guide or a bloke. He said, he's reasonably fit, you're going to be okay. And he said, could Sam come? I said, I asked him, and he said, tell that bloke I've been walking since I was 12 months old.
See, this is the sort of arrogance, Gary,
That's his attitude.
that
That's
brings
what he-
a man quickly to fall.
Well, we went into our good friends at Kathmandu who were decking us out
Yes.
yesterday. I got 3 boys, Jim.
Yep.
Taking them into any shop when they were 4 or 3 or 2 was a nightmare.
Yep.
Nothing on going in there yesterday with him.
Well, Gary,
Just disgraceful behaviour.
we know this because
We've got photos.
We've got photos. We're going to put them online of the 2 of you in the middle of Kathmandu. You and I and he, and I think maybe even you, Bill, went to Abercrombie and Fitch in Vegas,
We did. Yeah.
where Sam stripped down to his underpants in the middle of the shop.
That's right. Refused to go into the because it was too far away and you had to line up to go into a changing room.
That's it.
So just did it in the middle of the shop.
Had no pants on.
And what did he surprise us with his jeans? Remember, around the waist?
Yeah, no, he didn't like the button-ups.
No.
Oh, no, yeah,
No,
they had to
tell
try them on. Yeah,
tell the
yeah,
people that, Gazza, because I tried to explain this to
That's right.
someone the other day and they didn't believe me.
There's a great aversion to going into the change room, so he said you grab the jeans by the waist,
Yep.
the hand on either side at the
Extremities.
Yep, and then you put it around your neck, and if it fits around your neck, then it'll fit around your waist.
And you tell people that, and they go, "No way."
Yep.
It worked well.
And we all tried it, and bugger me dead.
Bugger me dead.
Me dead if I'm lying.
But they fit it. It was unbelievable. It was spot on.
No, that is true. So we know he's a nightmare, and we see photos of the two of you lying in a tent. Now, please tell me, when you get on the trek, that the two of you are not going to be sharing a tent.
No, not a chance in hell, Jim, that'll be the case. But yeah, I didn't know they put that photo up. Yeah, no, we did have to go and just see if we could fit in it.
Yep.
But every single piece of clothing, like, you know, I had to get a shirt. I'd say, I'll have that, the grey one.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the grey one, will you? I said, well, you have the grey one. No, I'll have the blue one. And that was every single. I'll have 6 pairs of socks. I go, okay, I'll just give me those brownie grey ones. Oh, you're going to get them, are you? I said, well, you get them, old Forsell. So anyway, that's how it went.
Gary, what he is, the old enforcer, is the slightly odd cousin that you just hand around the family. So you look after him for a while.
You got him this Christmas.
And then you get him this Christmas, isn't he? That's what he's become.
That is exactly what he is. And all he wanted, after these beautiful people looked after us, all he wanted was fingerless gloves. But he just went round and round, and this poor bloke had to track down a pair for him. And I've got one stick, a walking stick.
Yep.
And
I saw that.
And he said, well, you got to get 2. And I thought he meant, I said, well, we're going to share one or something. And that set him off. So he's got 2 sticks, and I've just got the one stick.
Hey, have you done some history? You've read some books, Gaz, and do you know about the great history of this trek?
I have got Peter Fitzsimon's book, Kokoda, on my bedside table. I just finished another book I was reading, and now I'm going to tuck right into it because I head off on Tuesday. But, I read the opening chapter, and in terms of our military history and our diggers, they say it was one of the most significant events in our history. So I'm looking forward to getting up to speed with it and then taking off on the big trek.
All right. Well, we look forward to hearing from you when you get back. And if you can at any stage lose the enforcer, maybe have a crack at that.
I'll leave you with this. So we had to get, you know what he's like with food. I said, now listen, they said they'll have food for us, but I'm going to go to the supermarket and buy the cup of soups.
Yeah. That's it.
And I'll buy, 20 or 30 of them, and that way, well, you reckon he could get his head around that?
Oh, no.
Now, Gary, what do you mean by soup? I said, you strip the cup. Well, how are we going to get a cup? I said, I'm pretty sure. So that took me half an hour, Jim. So I said, that's it. You just roll up and we'll sort everything out.
He's becoming a mental Benjamin Button.
He is.
Isn't he?
He's going back the other way.
He's going the other way.
He is.
All we can say is good luck.
Good luck.
And I'll be good. We're looking forward to it. And if he doesn't come back, Bill, you're up next year.
That's it. Move a bit closer to the host.
Because I reckon I'm heading that way, same as Sam.
No, you actually never went up, Bill.
Yeah.
You got to go up to then go down.
Oh, well, I'm going down.
We'll put these photos online. Good luck. We look forward to hearing all about it.
You've been sharp this week, you boys.
No, very good. Yeah. We've been good. Yep. Shut up. That's what they do, Willis.
What was that?
Fake laugh.
Girls.
People. All right, now I think we need to get on to this big story, Willis, and that is, of course, that Buddy Franklin is leaving Hawthorn and going to the Sydney Swans.
That's right.
And it has
for
taken
9 years.
9 years, over a brick every year, so it's extraordinary whichever way you come in and look at it from. And he has been hard to get hold of. We saw he had a presser earlier. What did I say, presser? Stopped as he was leaving the club.
Door stop, they call it, Jim.
That's it, Bill.
Yeah.
But now, we understand that the Nine News...
What are you doing?
You're right over there.
You're on one of those phones that conk out every couple of seconds.
I'm just giving it that. Because Corey Norris joins us now from Channel 9 News, of course, the number one in this fine city. Hello, Big Causer.
JB, how are you, mate?
Now, you caught up one-on-one with Bud, is this true?
Yeah, I did, boys, and certainly, look, Buddy's blindsided the football world with this one, and we probably blindsided him a little bit today, getting hold of him, but he certainly seemed very relaxed with it this afternoon, and he eventually gave me a pretty candid interview. Certainly talked up that opportunity of a 9-year deal in Sydney and a move he's really looking forward to.
And do you believe that he hadn't done the deal till after this year's grand final, Corey?
Well, yeah, despite those suggestions from Sydney and, of course, Andrew Ireland, that the wheels really were in motion on this deal. Perhaps 12 months ago, Buddy claims that, look, he only found out in the last couple of weeks that the Swans were perhaps interested in his services. I'm not sure that's quite right, but he might be showing a little bit of respect to his old club there that, that he may not have worked out that he was leaving so early in the season, or perhaps even before this season had even started.
Hey, Corey, the thing we need to stress with all of this is, even though a few of us, and Ed and myself are included, have got some issues with the COLA, the living away from home allowance, or the extra money that Sydney and the GWS get, none of this is a criticism of Buddy. You do the best deal you can in footy, and if he's done as good a deal as this one looks like, good on him.
Well, he said this is where football's going to, isn't it now? He said free agency is what the players have been wanting, it's what they've got, and they can do with it however they like, and he's obviously taken the opportunity, a 9-year deal. No one would have thought that this day and age that any club would offer any player as big as Buddy Franklin is. 9-year deal is quite astonishing, but good luck to him. He's got the deal, and off he goes for 9 years, and that was one of the questions I put to him, just do you think you can play, till you're 35?
And what was his answer?
If I play deep, he said, if John Longmire plays me deep in the goal square, I'll play to 142. So
42.
He had a bit of a laugh, but if deep in the goal square, he'll play to his 42. It's quite amazing stuff.
Because that is one of the questions. So, all right, what else can you tell us so that people are going to be watching tonight at 6 o'clock? What else did you get out of Buddy?
Well, I guess that, the hard luck story of all this is Hawthorn. They lose one of their superstars, and he did say that telling the teammates and Alistair Clarkson now, he claimed that he'd only told them in the past couple of days, no doubt over a frothy or two, Billy, that he was heading north to Sydney, and no doubt that would have perhaps shocked Hawthorn as much as it shocked us, because we all thought that he was off to the Giants, and he blindsided us with this decision to take a 9-year deal in Sydney. He described it as heartbreaking, having to tell his teammates that he was leaving.
Which it would be, because he is been there for 10 years and made a lot of friends. Hey, just a couple other bits of news. Brent Guerra has retired from Hawthorn after 255 games and 2 premierships.
Yeah, astonishing career, isn't it, too? And, unfortunately, last year, when he missed that grand final, but he certainly returned this year, and he was, played a big role.
He did. And also, the West Coast Eagles, looks like it's down to 2 now, Causa. Adam Simpson and Peter Sumich.
You can probably tell me more about that one, Bill, than I can tell you, because, like I said, I've been following the Buddy story all day. But, I do believe Adam Simpson is the favourite for that job.
All right, Corey, we'll be watching with great interest tonight. National 9 News from 6.
Beautiful. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate.
As we let Corey go, a fine career for Brent Guerra. The Goo.
Well, at 3 clubs, Port Adelaide, St Kilda, Hawthorn.
That's it.
255 games, Jim. 2 premierships.
That's it.
Life member at Hawthorn. Well done to him.
So who do they go to now to try and get an ambassador for the artificial hair?
Well, Haley, can they get it back on Haley?
Haley, I think, said enough.
All right.
Don't want it anymore.
Well, who's marching back?
I don't know. You've got to be young because you want some presence in the market for a while.
What about Gazza with hair?
McVeigh from Sydney?
Yeah. Harry Ablett had looked funny.
I think once you get to that point, Bill, you can't go. It's as it sort of starts to go, you can...
Reece Shaw?
No, they're a bit older.
Yeah,
we need someone young.
A young
early
star
20s.
Interesting for that
Joel
mob anyway.
Selwood, what's his hair like?
Oh, no, I think Jolly goes okay, Bill. And his hair's all right, too.
Bang.
Right, here we are. He's on his way in here, by the way, so we can't wait to speak to Joel, find out exactly what he's been up to.
I've also got the Bill explanation of the pants around the neck measuring technique. You see it on Twitter, see it on Facebook.
We're going beautifully in here. Now, we just had 2 real windy days. And, in fact, this gentleman, I think, rang the hot breakfast and said that this is what happened, this is what landed in his backyard.
Yeah, look, a fair bit of damage at home at the moment, mate. A trampoline is taken out just about everything in my backyard at the moment. I'm yet to see if I've got any birds left in the aviary if my pet daughter survived or not.
He's lost some birds in the aviary.
And what you didn't hear was the Duke's response. What?
Say that again.
Say that again. So, Bill,
hang on, let's set that up again.
No. So, Bill, we haven't done this one for a while. What's landed in your backyard?
Unusual.
Yeah, exactly, because this poor bastard had a trampoline suddenly fly into his backyard.
I know, Jim.
We had, back in the day, we live in North Beach and Trigg, in fact it was, in the west.
Trigg.
And we had a pool, Bill.
A pool.
A pool in the house. And what landed in the back of our yard were 2 ducks and proceeded to call our pool home for a week and pooed in it every day, Bill. Massive duck poos.
Well, couldn't you get rid of them?
No.
Shoot them?
We'd try and shoo them off.
Shoo duck.
We tried to shoo a duck off, Bill, and it just kept swimming around. And so I kept getting sent out by the old man with the pool vacuum to clean up the poo. So we had 2 ducks land in our backyard, Willis.
Did I ever tell you about what happened at the Drillery swimming pool when I was there?
Has it got any relevance to
to
what's
the wind.
landed in your backyard? Because if it hasn't, we don't want to hear about it.
Because I got kicked out of there for weeing in the pool.
So
This has got
he
nothing
just
to do
goes
with
and
what we're
tells it
talking
anyway.
I got kicked out of the Drillery swimming pool for weeing.
Jill is going to walk out. Our beautiful producer is going to leave, Bill, unless she can stay on topic for a minute.
I hate it when you do it off the diving board, Jim.
Oh, no, there it is. There it is. It was drifting down the tracks.
Just a few zingers throughout the show. I've started to spread them throughout.
Well,
you noticed?
is that what you're doing? Yeah.
You noticed?
Is this some of the stuff that people pay hard money for?
Just infiltrating the show, Jim.
1-333-53.
Thanks to Brighton Toyota.
I'm sure they're stoked to be on board.
1-333-53. Ring us and play this game we do with the family from time to time. What's lobbed in your backyard? The question we're asking is, what's landed in your backyard? Because it's been windy, Bill. And I had ducks land in my pool when I was a kid and had to keep cleaning their poo. I did. The old smacker used to say to me, get the bloody vacuum, clean the pool from poo.
People want ducks.
That's it. So Joe joins us in Frankston. Hello, Joe. Joey.
Hello.
Hello, mate. What's landed in your backyard?
I didn't actually land in my backyard, but it was a friend of mine who lives in Moorabbin, and a couple of years ago he had a light aircraft land in his backyard.
Oh, a light aircraft.
That's fantastic.
How big's his backyard?
It's not fair size, but this aircraft hit a tree, took the tree out, and he absolutely crapped himself because he thought he was being raided.
No, he would have.
Thought he's been raided. It gets up to a bit
No,
of...
Bill. Okay, we can let that slide, but nice one there. Joe joins us in Frankston. I know you've just spoken to Joe. Jeremy's in West Footscray. Jezza?
Jezza.
Yeah, mate.
Hey, Jezza.
How's it going?
We're asking the question, by the way, 1-333-53 is the number. What's landed in your backyard? Because there have been some real windy days. Sorry, Jeremy, keep going.
It's all right. 2 months ago, our evaporative cooler was blown off the roof and into the backyard.
What, from your roof or another one?
Off our roof and then into our backyard.
Oh,
yeah.
no. Those big knobs that stick up off the
big
top.
ones.
Yeah, it really shouldn't come off, though.
No, it shouldn't come off.
So they put a hole in your roof?
Yeah, 2 months. It's been 2 months now. We've still got a hole in the roof.
Oh, Christ.
Fast mover.
Probably haven't heard of a tarp.
Any chance Jeremy can get up there and just fix it?
A bit of a tarp.
Michael from Carrum Downs. Hello, Mick.
Mick.
Hey, guys. I had a greenhouse land in the back of our backyard.
What was... Any
The
special
guy was
points?
putting it together
for
his missus for his birthday, or for her birthday. And, the whole thing just picked up and flew into our backyard onto our washing line.
Yep.
And went and saw him, and he goes, the bloody instructions are still sitting on the ground.
So the whole greenhouse.
That's it. Landed in their backyard.
Greenhouse.
That's it.
Oh, mate.
Well, this is the thing, Bill. When it gets windy, you suddenly walk out the back in all styles. Not at our joint, because you haven't got a backyard.
No, you got horses.
Oh, we got a whole farm.
I saw a couple of horses in your backyard. How's a trampoline? Just the wind gets under it.
Exactly. Because yours was built, you had a trampoline that was built into the ground.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, well, this is obviously just one that's freestanding on top of the ground. Yeah. Wind gets under it. Or some people tip them on the side so they don't get water on top of them and so they don't bow out and split.
All right, I think that was a very good
analysis, Bill.
Analysis,
yeah, that's what you're looking for. I shouldn't have stopped him.
No, you should never stop him.
No.
The Rush Hour Sharpest for Sheen Panel Service.
We are Geelong, the greatest team of all.
At the back, Selwood's in the goal square. Oh, what a mark! Unbelievable contested mark from Joel Selwood.
3 rises to the top. Selwood is going to be a great captain of this football club.
Handball inboard's going to come to Selwood, who runs in and kicks the first goal of the game.
Been in a smash? Call Sheen Panel Service first. 1300 Repair.
Yes, we all love Joel Selwood. No one quite as much as Gaz. I think there's a fair bit of man love there, Bill. It's almost unnatural. But Jolie, welcome to you.
Thank you, Jimbo. Thanks, Bill.
G'day, Jolie.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. When we heard
He
there,
doesn't give much. We got to get Hig around it too.
No, we don't want him anymore. He just presses a button, goes to ads and songs, so that's enough for him. Hey, we heard there that you're kicking goals. You kicked a lot more goals this year, didn't you, Jolie boy?
Yeah, I snuck forward. I snuck forward all year, to be honest, but I just started to get it late in the year, so it was good. It's enjoyable. Gets you more votes. I can tell you that.
Speaking of that, now tell us what it's like sitting there when you're leading the Brownlow medal. You knew Gazza had a pretty good game. Were you thinking, how good did I go? Maybe I get one. Were you thinking, what do you think at that stage?
No, I was feeling. I had a lot of people around me that were nervous because they obviously didn't know how I played. They don't follow me that closely, but no, I went ordinary in the last couple of rounds, so I knew that I was going to get run over, and I was sitting there probably knowing what was going to happen.
Do you reckon Gazza really meant it when he said, "I wish Joel was up here too"?
Oh, I do. I mean, he really appreciates the awards. But I do. I seriously do. He's a good friend of mine and good friend of a lot of guys down at Geelong Footy Club.
Doesn't diminish if two of you win. You're still a Brownlow medalist, Will.
I know that. No, but Gazza was saying that to make him sound like, geez, a good bloke, Gary Ablett.
No, I thought that was.
He is a good bloke.
Yeah, I know he is.
The thing about the award, I loved Matty Scarlett when he did open mic this year. And he said, I don't understand why you'd want to win the Brownlow. Who do you celebrate that with? Yourself? It was just a brutally honest assessment of that award from one of the hardest units that's ever played the game. So people view it differently, don't they, the Brownlow?
Yeah, they do. And it's a good point that he makes. I mean, yeah, obviously a lot of people probably would have enjoyed it around me, but it's not one that jumps out at me saying that I would really love to win that one day.
Right.
If it comes along, it comes along. But yeah.
I want to ask you this then, Joel Selwood, because you're unable to do anything but tell the truth.
Okay.
Would you rather win the Norm Smith medal or the Brownlow medal?
Oh, jeez. Probably.
Shut up, Bill.
Probably the Brownlow because it's over the year.
Individual.
Yeah, it is individual.
If you win the Norm
year,
Smith,
you're having a great year.
Yeah, but if you win the Norm Smith, that means you're going to win the Granny.
Yeah, that's true. Probably the Norm Smith.
I wasn't asking you the question.
Well, I've got to help him. I'm the media manager there.
And my mentor, aren't you, Bill?
Yes, exactly.
God help us.
It was a bad weekend for the Selwoods.
Bad weekend, yeah. A couple of weekends ago. So we lost the prelim on the Friday night.
Geelong lost the prelim Friday night.
We had the VFL on the Sunday, which the Geelong Twos were in. And Troy went down to the Hawthorn Box Hill Hawks.
He's a captain, so lose that one.
And
was Adam
later on in the Arvo, East Perth, who Adam was involved with, his affiliated side back in Perth, went down to West Perth. So the story goes on too. The story goes on. Mum and Dad driving back to Bendigo on the Calder Highway. Dad gets a puncher. So, I don't know how you get a puncher on a highway anyway. And he pulls over, he's putting the tyre back on. This guy in a van pulls up behind him and asks him, do you want a hand? And the guy had one hand. He had a hook on the other hand.
No way.
It literally happened.
Do that.
They were telling me this story. They were telling me this story on the Sunday, and I had quite a few by then. And I told him that this possibly can't be true, but it was.
That's too good.
Do
you want a hand?
Pricey.
He's only got one.
And the other one we all love is Wacky Wednesday. We always, or Mad Monday or whatever, but it's Wacky Wednesday this year. And we always look forward to see what the Geelong boys are going to dress up as. And you went as
Kate Middleton this year, yeah.
With a baby.
Yeah.
With a real baby.
Yeah. So Monday night, Georgia Mackey was on the table, and I thought, geez, I've got a weak moment here. It was about 10:30, so I was still in the votes, and I knew what was going to happen. And I waited till Gary got the votes, and I asked Georgia just quietly. I said, "Hey, Georgia, I need to borrow Freddie on Wednesday." She goes, "Yeah, of course, do what you want." I don't think she actually knew what she said at the time.
But you're gonna walk
and then I rocked up on Wednesday morning, and she's gone, "Oh, this is really happening now."
So was she there to collect Freddie, which is what, their 1-year-old son?
Yep, 8 months. Freddie. So yeah, he's growing quite quick.
Big boy.
Andrew,
he's a big boy.
Big boy. And she dropped myself and Josh Caddy off with Freddie, and she come in for a little while, and I think she was pretty happy to get out of there too. Freddie enjoyed the day though. He was he just had a sleep beforehand, and he was ready to go.
Up and about. All right, there's a bit around that we need to discuss with you, Jolie. Shut up, Bill.
Feeding time.
Bill, something's wrong with him.
I'll turn him off.
Turn him off.
He's off.
Joel Selwood, we need to discuss some big issues around AFL footy. Want to pick your brains in just a sec on the Rush Hour.
Joel Selwood from the Cats. He's here. He's getting around me. So that's good.
Some breaking news, boys, on the trade table. Of course, Buddy gone up to Sydney for a 9-year deal. Shane Mumford has gone to the Giants. Signed up there. That's big news, I would have thought, Jimmy boy.
And very needed too. So their ruck stocks are not great. So he will make a big difference to them. Yeah. Hey, how do you see this whole Buddy Franklin thing, Sal? As a runner-up in the Brownlow and one of the top 5 players in the competition, I know at North Melbourne, I said this yesterday, that our highest-paid player would earn 600-ish. I don't know the exact amount, and I hand over my heart, don't know.
Yep.
But I've always heard with Geelong that you're a bit similar.
Yep.
1.4 is double plus what your best player earns.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting. Obviously, Sydney's going to loophole, and I reckon good on them for it. They've been given these rules, and they're making full worth of every cent of it, obviously. But there is going to come a time where a squeeze happens, and we see that today. Shane Mumford's out today.
Yep.
Who's the next one to go? And there will be a flow-on effect from this, but they obviously have planned for this. Smart football club.
But I want to ask you as an individual, you've won 3 premierships. Hard to find a more decorated footballer than yourself in the comp. How do you feel watching another bloke earn more than double what you earn?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that Buddy is the second best player in the competition behind Gary Ablett. So he obviously deserves to get paid well. But to be honest, I don't think there's probably a player that should be near a 1.2. I think Gary Ablett should be the highest paid, and that's just my opinion only.
Okay, so there's always more money if you go. That's what we know in footy. If you're prepared to leave your club and go to another one, you'll always get more money.
Yep.
But blokes like you, as a rule, don't want to leave. So
well, I think what you got to understand is clubs only have so much money too, and what I like, and the model that I like is that you've got to try and get as many good players at your footy club and try and keep them around so you can play together for as long as possible, and that means taking a pay cut. And obviously you are going to get more to go elsewhere, and good on those people that do. But the people that say the Geelong Footy Club want to bring in, you've got to fit it within that structure, or you're not a Geelong person, and you're just not going to fit.
So you've taken a pay cut over the journey, Joel?
What have I done? Obviously, I had to. In the early years when we had so many stars, there wasn't much money, and I understood that, and I was probably pretty lucky at the time that my manager sort of taught me the method that Geelong use, and made me understand from a young age, and now it's Neil Baum that's passing on that message to these younger guys that this is how we do it.
And you know what else you do, Jim? You make them captain, and then they can't leave, can you? When they're captain of their club, they can't leave. So, hey, just on the Geelong Footy Club and some players maybe leaving there, we're seeing that Chappie, I think, was offered a 10-game contract. I don't know. Of course, not in the tent, but it'd be disappointing to see him go. He's been one of those great players, but he's much loved by the supporters. They love him, don't they?
Oh, they do. Absolutely, they do. And I mean, we've got Josh Hunt that's going to leave, and then we haven't heard on a couple of the other boys too. And it's a sad time because we've spent so many years with these great players, but football's a business too, and it's not always kind to the players. But the players have to be kind too to the football club and understand what direction that Chris Scott and Neil Baum are taking it on, and as a player within that structure, we just have to get on with it and understand that they're making the best decision for the footy club.
Yeah, it's always hard when they're premiership players and superstars. So the other one I want to ask you about is Tom Hawkins with his back this year.
Yep.
Is it one of those backs that can be fixed, or is it like a disc that might hurt him throughout his career? Or does he need just a bit of rest time and it should be okay?
Well, we hope that it's just rest because it's a muscle-related injury.
Yep.
So what Tom was doing, he was playing throughout the year, and he wasn't 100%.
No.
And he knew that all along, but maybe he was trying to put on a stronger face than what he needed to. And so this is a good time for Tom. He's got to get it right, and he's off season. We'll be making sure that back's right for 2014 because he understands how big he is for our football club.
Joel Selwood on the rush hour. We're going to make you stick around. We normally give people the option of leaving, but Bill tells a joke to finish this show.
I've heard a couple of these.
They are horrific, Sel. So stay and let's just see if we can up the ante for a Geelong champion. Any chance, Bill?
Probably not, I would have thought, Jim.
Joel Selwood from the Cats is here with us.
Now, before we inflict Bill's joke on you, B&F tomorrow night?
Yep.
And who wins? If it's not you, who takes it home?
Oh, I reckon he'll go down to a defender, maybe Corey Enright, Harry Taylor, Andrew Mackey. How many can I name?
Yeah.
Steve Johnson.
Stevie J.
Is that because Chris, the senior coach, has a defensive bent in his voting?
We've got a couple down there that have got the defensive mindset,
Right.
so maybe.
Who'd win
Is it the Bill Brownless medal, by the way?
No.
Oh, has it been changed?
No, the goal kicking's named after.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Gary
After
Ablett.
Gary
I'll tell you who would win the best on ground for performances grand final week, do you reckon, Jolie?
Oh, there's a couple putting their hands up, but yeah, probably Stevie. He featured quite well throughout the week, didn't he?
He was busy.
Very busy.
And thirsty.
Yeah, he shouldn't be thirsty this week. So he might not be drinking tomorrow.
No, that'd be good. And who, are you taking anyone, Joel?
I'll take myself tomorrow night. So I did have Catherine that come along to the Brownlow.
No,
with
but
me,
she's
and she was she did very well that night. So she's always more than welcome because she's always great company. But
so you're just swinging,
swinging,
with no one
by myself. Yep.
And
Thanks,
no one
Bill.
at all.
I knew it would come up at some stage.
No one. Well, Joel, you're a good-looking bloke. You're young. A lot of people out there would love to know.
A couple more scars each year, don't I? So I better get
Tie one
my
down.
act together.
Look at I'll tell you.
Let's
Joel,
get this joke going.
He's no good, Bill. He's no good.
Something there, Joel.
Thank you very much for coming in today. We love seeing you
Thank
in
you,
person
Jimbo.
in the
Cheers,
Richard
mate.
Marsland studios. Congratulations on a great year. Good luck tomorrow night.
Yes.
Thanks, mate.
All right, now, Bill.
Oh, it's a long
Don't embarrass the captain of Geelong.
Righto, Jolie, here we go. An older gentleman, fair to say, went to see his doctor. The doctor had a look at him and said, "You appear to be in very good health. Well done. Do you have any medical concerns you'd like to ask me about?" "In fact, I do," said the old fella. "After my wife and I have sex, I'm usually cold and chilly. And then after I have sex with her the second time, I'm usually hot and sweaty." Interesting. All right. So anyway, the doctor examined the wife shortly after, Jim, and everything appeared fine. There's no medical concerns there. Well done to you. Anything you want to throw at me? Any questions? No, I have no concerns. Thank you. The doctor then said, "Well, your husband was in a couple of days ago and he mentioned an unusual problem."
Yes.
He claimed that he was usually cold and chilly after having sex for the first time and then hot and sweaty after he'd had sex the second time. Do you have any idea why this would be? "Oh, that old crazy coot. That's because the first time is usually in June and the second time is in December."
That is one of the better ones.
Jolie,
that I've heard from Bill, because they usually are terrible, but that is one of the better ones I've heard from him.
Bill.
It's terrible.
The embarrassing a triple premiership player.
But he
for the
loves
club.
it. He'll use that in his little
he won't.
sporties.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
don't-
probably won't use it.
I don't reckon he ever will, Bill. He'll never say any of those words again.
What's on tonight, Jolie?
Dinner tonight with the cousin, so we'll go and see what he's up to.
Oh, he's got the new girlfriend.
He's got the new girlfriend, so we'll see how he goes.
And he's ugly
He's probably
bastard, you
listening
reckon?
too.
You said he was ugly.
No, I said he looks like you. And now you're saying that.
We're going to go.
Playing pour moi.
For Joel Selwood.
Playing pour moi.
Put up with Bill.
Playing pour moi. Wow, 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 wow.
No more jokes, Bill.
Yes, please. Very good one, Bill. Best one you've told.
Terrible.
Triple M's Rush Hour podcast was brought to you by Brighton Toyota, Australia's largest Toyota dealership.